If you're someone who tends to lose themselves in relationship, this video is for you. I'm going to share all about why that happens, how to make sure it doesn't happen in the future, and also how it might even be a good thing if viewed through a different lens. So, why does it happen? Why do we lose our sense of self? A lot of times it's because of experiences of our past where we needed to meet other people's needs in order to feel safe, or in order to feel loved, or even important, or to get acknowledged for that matter. And so we have learned through patterning in our past, whether it's an ex or with parents, that if I just show up for you all the time, then I can have a little bit more sense of control. You won't be spontaneous and sporadic and unpredictable, rather. And so I'll be able to feel a little bit more safe. I'm going to be on your side. This is extreme fawning, which is a nervous system response of people pleasing. It's like, let me get on your side so that you don't hurt me, right? That's happening in a very extreme level because it was learned very early on or in a traumatic experience with a partner in the past. So it's like, let me get on your good side type of thing. Well, the problem with that is that we just go into default in that mode. And I say we because I used to live this. This was my reality for my entire 20s. Self-abandoning, self-neglect, always showing up and giving. I love so much. Why isn't this working? And I had partners cheat on me and all this stuff didn't add up, didn't make sense. Oh, I didn't have a backbone. Oh, I was self-abandoning. Oh, I also have needs and that doesn't make me needy. And finding the balance in this was I was able to look at it from a lens of let me go to my relationships and my love life to work on myself instead of let me work on myself and then bring that version of me into my love life. I tried that and it didn't work. But when I started working on myself in relationship, in partnership, is when everything started to change for me because then I got to give myself disconfirming experiences. And that's the biggest thing in how this all shifts. Disconfirming experiences. And that is you think you're going to be too much for having a need, and you're with somebody who's actually regulated, safe, it together in it with you, and they ask what you need, and you allow them to meet that need, and just let it do its thing in your system because you're going to be like, wait a second, that wasn't too much. Wait a second, you're not leaving. Wait a second, that's okay for me to want this, and that's love, and that's the healing balm for this pattern. It's not more journaling. It's not more shadow work or more rage work or any of that stuff. Those things offer a temporary release and a little bit of a feel good. But at the end of the day, what I have seen made a difference for myself in my own love life and for my clients has been doing the work within relationship, allowing disconfirming experiences to show up in your space and be like, whoa, I thought this was going to happen and it didn't, and actually let that land so it fucks with the story in your head so that you can actually go, wait a second, maybe what I believe to be true about love or how I've been playing the game of relationship ain't it. Maybe I might be wrong about some things. That's the best posture to have because when you can put down your opinions, you can start to interact with the truth. Because if you are experiencing something right now in your love life that you don't want to experience as a pattern, look to your beliefs because your beliefs shape your experience and your expectation and your reality. So get curious about where you might be wrong. Get curious about maybe love looks different than what I'm used to and what I've experienced. And maybe you don't know because you haven't experienced it, but you can go on podcasts and hear about others. You can go online and see what they have and seek for it because your brain is going to have confirmation bias and it's going to scan your reticular activating system is going to start to scan to prove yourself right even if you're wrong. That's how deeply rooted this system is in us. So the more we start to question it, the more we let in disconfirming experiences, the more and more we start to recognize, oh, I don't need to self-abandon in order to make sure you stay, in order to make sure that I'm safe in this relationship. What if I'm safe in this relationship just because it shows me? And that I get the shift out of conditional love to unconditional love. The whole point of unconditional love is you don't deserve it. So none of this has anything to do with worthiness. Y'all, I'm getting lit and kind of going off on a tangent here. Let's bring it back. you're supposed to lose yourself in relationship. You're actually supposed to lose the false part of you, the part of you that's insecure, the part of you that doubts, the part of you that has walls up, the part of you that has these false beliefs and false narratives about love or distorted relationship with relationship. All of that that you think now is currently you gets to die. So that love and the real version of you and the more, you could say, embodied, empowered, highest version of you gets to show up. And that takes refinement through learning through the relationship, the dojo of relationships. The best spiritual ceremony you can ever partake in is intimate relationship. And so if you want that refinement, that's what I'm saying, look to the relationship, because you're going to lose the part of you that's not you, so you can gain all the parts of you that are really you. But if you're so self-righteous and clung up on your opinions right now, there's a saying, and I don't fully believe it to be true all the time, but in principle, it applies here. You can either be right or in love, but you can't have both. Again, doesn't apply all the time, because sometimes you are right about some things, but I'm talking about your internal beliefs. If your experience of love is not what you want, you might have to be wrong about some things. And that takes surrender, not to the universe, but to yourself and your own beliefs, your ego, to experience something different. Because the biggest green flag is different. If it's different than what you've been experiencing. So you have this impulse to surrender, to sabotage, and to abandon yourself, and to lose your sense of self. And it's your sense of power. You don't speak up. You put your needs on the back burner. You just serve, give with no boundaries. Again, I know it. I lived it. That is not love. It's, in a weird, twisted way, manipulation. It's a little bit of infatuation and pedestalization, and I might start rhyming. And it's all these other things. Love empowers you. When you're really in a loving, healthy connection, you feel empowered. And so maybe you're in that connection now, but you're playing out an old story. You're repeating an old pattern in your nervous system because it's what's familiar. Look, you know the stuff, you've done the work. Now, what matters is that you allow these disconfirming experiences in. What matters is that you open up to receive love from others. What matters is that you start to work on trust, and trusting in other people, and trusting in yourself a little bit more, and learning to do it different. I wish I could give you a 1, 2, 3 step process on this, but that's not how life works. I wish I could give you the heal this trauma and then say these things and then do this. That's not how life works. Even inside of my coaching containers with my clients, I have that general roadmap, if you will, and 90% of the time, we never follow it directly, because everybody is so unique. Everybody's situation is so unique. Your past is so unique. The stories are so unique. Your system is so unique that I can't just give blanket advice here. What I can say is continue to watch these videos or dive into my content. I'm going to be putting out a lot more here in the future. I'm really excited about it. So be sure to hit subscribe on that. And I say that because I'm going to be talking about things that are a little intangible. I'm going to be talking about things that you have to contemplate on. You have to chew on it. You can't just watch that video. Oh, I got it. On to the next video. I want to offer a reality, and I want to offer a transformation for you, and a shift and an experience of love that you can only get to through wrestling with God and yourself and contemplating these things. So I hope that this video just gets to plant a seed in your subconscious and in your brain. And so you're driving down the road later today and you start thinking about it, and then you're at the grocery store and you start thinking about it. You bring it up with your friends, you start thinking about it. The pattern starts happening. You start thinking about it again. Beyond just thinking about it, seek to understand it. It's not something that you get on first glance. Because if we stop, when we're seeking truth, if we stop at the level of our preference, we cheat ourselves of reality. There's more to get. because it's not this hyper independent, I'm not going to lose my sense of power. I know my worth. I know what I deserve. You know what I hear when I hear that in real life? Walls. That's true. And you don't need to masquerade it and parade it around. You're only trying to prove it to yourself and really protect yourself, which might be rightfully so. But what if we just invite a level of curiosity that you find yourself in relationship? Even what's showing up right now, what you don't like, is a part of you that gets to go, but it's still a part of you. You're seeing the mirror, and it's just painful. So you can either leave the game or the relationship, or you can actually stay in the dojo and do the work. Whether it's with, like, your forever person is that person or not. Create a win-win for yourself, that I'm going to show up different, and I'm going to work on healing these things. I'm going to focus on healing the trauma. I'm going to focus on showing up different. I'm going to focus on trusting and receiving love from God through this person, so that even if this person leaves, you know what? I'm going to trust me that I got me. And if this person doesn't leave, they meet me and match me, then they're my person. Awesome. It's a win-win no matter what. Don't do it so that you can save a relationship, or so that you can know if they're the right person or not. We got so much conversation on like the draft pick of a partner, and not enough conversation about the actual playing of the game, if you will, of the sport of relationship. Put your focus there. Be a better player. Not in that way. I know how that sounds. Be a better team player. Be a better sport player in the game of relationship. Now I'm digging myself a hole. Anyway, y'all get what I'm saying. Let me know in the comments if this was supportive for you. Again, hit that follow. I'm used to saying follow button, subscribe button on YouTube. Way more videos to come in the future. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.